Hello and welcome. I'm Bam, and with me is Johnny and Gordo. We are the Critical Crypto Collective. First of all, thank you to the Discord audience who are listening live. For those of you who want to join a Discord, the link is in the description below. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe and turn notifications on. Follow the money, join the Discord. Disclaimer: we are not legal or financial experts. Do not invest in anything solely based on what we say. Do your own research before making any investment. All right, so we got a good lineup today, all right? What is going on with the crypto market? We're seeing red candles across the board, and fear is really high. We're going to get into some of the reasons why this could be happening. Then we're going to jump into some major moves being made with Russia and its outlook on crypto and CBDCs. And Ethereum being usurped by newer, better technology. Are people finally opening their eyes? Let's get into it. So as you guys can see right here, Bitcoin price falls below $37,000, all right? And this goes in tandem with the tech sell-off. You know, it says right here, Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency, fell below $37,000 Friday to its lowest dollar value since August of 21. And this is to do with the big tech sell. So anything going on with the Nasdaq and the stock market right now, Bitcoin's going to reflect. And with that being said, all the altcoins are also going to reflect that because this is a Bitcoin dominant market. With that, we also see that the fear and greed index is really high. We're in extreme fear. And that right there, you know, ladies and gentlemen, that's your prime time to fill your bags some more. We're always saying, "Hey, I really wish this was a little lower so I can grab some more," you know? But when it finally happens, everyone becomes fearful. Everyone complains, "Why is this happening? I can't believe it." Well, go get more. This is something you believe in, go get it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, it's all psychology, If you trade reverse to the way that normal people think, you can always do what people aren't doing, which is make money.
Yeah, be be greedy when others are fearful and be fearful when others are greedy. And then right here on the Forbes website, looking ugly. Yep, it is where people see, the fear and the negativity. I see positivity. I see, potential to fill my bag some more and make more profits, make those X's. All right, here the price of Bitcoin fell to a 3-month low Monday morning, continuing a slide that began when the Federal Reserve sparked a broad sell-off last week by cautioning it may move more quickly than previously expected to reverse policy, meant to bolster the economy during the pandemic. The experts forecast the latest crypto drawback could persist for weeks if the central bank's hawkish stance become more aggressive. And that's just going to show you the market's more manipulated than people believe. If the whales and the elites and the politicians they start selling off at the top to make profits, we're going to see dips and red candles like this.
Yeah, and I think it's very telling that, the Fed is saying, "Oh, it's all the Fed. The Fed set the rates. The Fed's doing this. The Fed's doing that." Well, what about Kazakhstan, banning Bitcoin mining? What about, Russia saying they're going to make all cryptos illegal? What about China saying that they're kicking out all the proof of work miners and that now all they're moving to Texas, That's heavy stuff. So when people are asking why is Bitcoin going down? I mean, there are like 100 geopolitical events that could tell you that exact thing, and obviously the Fed is going to take the heat of that. But
Yep. Speaking of Russia, Bank of Russia seeks to outlaw mining and trading of crypto. Now, that can really explain a lot when it comes to world markets. And crypto is a world spectrum of markets of different types of crypto. And if you have a world power like Russia who is seeking to establish legislation that bans not just mining but the trading of crypto, you're going to see, negative lashback in the marketplace. You're going to see those red candles. You're going to see those lows that you didn't expect to see. Russia's not the
right,
only one. They're following China because they're trying to have full control over the digital space of the CBDC realm in China, the digital yuan.
right, which itself is going to be built on cryptocurrency payment rails. So in essence, guys, we have the world governments banning the competition, and they built the competition. I mean, let's be honest here. The competition, XRP and XLM, which are lightning fast blockchains, are slow, stiff proof of work and proof of stake mechanisms at best. I mean, they didn't really even build much of a competition. So we know where this market's going to go, but there's certainly going to be more capitulation because Bitcoin's $30,000, and it probably had no business being double that, let alone where it is now. I don't think it. I don't think it has the wind for $15,000 long term because of the proof of work mechanisms, because of 1% of the world's power going to all the Bitcoin mining. If you were asking me which coin I wouldn't be buying, I would be referring to the World Banks, Christine Lagarde, and the BIS and the World Economic Forum, and what they say is going to happen to Bitcoin. It's not a pretty sight. Shit's going to get ugly.
I wouldn't be surprised if Russia came along with another coin of theirs. Like you've seen the Chinese yuan.
Well, the digital ruble. So they're saying
Yeah.
that, yeah, that could also be on XRP.
Right here. Russia
Right.
prioritizes CBDC ruble as overall crypto outlook seems positive. And this just goes right back to say what I was talking about with China. They're prioritizing their CBDC digital yuan the same way Russia's prioritizing their, CBDC ruble. And it even says right here, I mean, as soon as you scroll down the article, it says after the Chinese authorities introduced a complete ban on cryptocurrency transactions in September by equating them to illegal financial activity, local miners either dropped off the radar or moved to other countries in order to continue their business. And countries
Right.
like Russia and China are just flat out banning cryptocurrency, but still utilizing the technology to pursue their CBDC platform. And then, as we're still going along, we're still talking about Russia. German politician compares anti-Russian sanctions to atomic bomb. So if you hadn't noticed, President Biden and the UN are taking SWIFT away from Russia. SWIFT, the payment system that all the banks use, all the international banks, they're taking Russia away from that. They're not allowing them to be a part of that. It's causing a ripple effect throughout the world because if Russia's not going to be on it, it's going to cause major issues. And what is Russia going to do if they can't use SWIFT? Well, they're going to find the best economical solution. They're going to find the best alternative. And what's the best alternative? What is it?
Exactly. Yeah, hands down. I mean, what company has been going around touting that they were replacing Swift for, 3 years, 5 years? We only have a few targeted companies that are saying that they're going to be replacing Swift's payment rails. And guys, if you don't know about Swift and what payment rails are, what we're referring to, if you had $1 million and you wanted to send it to a foreign country, it would take a few days for that to clear. That's foreign exchange rates. That's things with what's called intermediaries, payment intermediaries. If there's five or six or however many it takes to validate, and then there's nostro vostro. So there's amounts of money that are sitting in dormant bank accounts that are there ready for you to transfer. If I'm buying Pakistan currency, dinars or something, they need to keep millions of dollars of dinars on standby for me to give them my US dollars if I want to do an instant settlement. And even then, it's not instant. With XRP, it's 3 seconds. With XLM, it's 3 seconds. With XDC, it's 2 seconds. With XPR, it's 1 second. With Cosmos, it's 2 seconds. So, we're already seeing that really any asset in this space, if it gets regulatory clarity, will get dominance in that system. It's technically superior. These are smart contract blockchains. You can track where the money goes, tell it where to go, and tell it how long to be there before it burns itself or something sinister. What if your checks burned every month if you didn't spend them because you weren't stimulating your local economy? So while the government is trying to capitalize on your lack of knowledge, you can capitalize on their business, dealings and things like that. Buy the blockchains that they're going to build the future of money on. China's doing it, Russia's doing it. I mean, all the cool kids are doing it.
Yep. And speaking of that, we were talking about Ethereum and how they're being usurped by better technology. It's what technology is going to replace Ethereum? What technology is going to replace Bitcoin?
I mean, what Consensus is doing, and you know, saying that they're going to be bridging these payment rails on Ethereum, which is a proof of work coin. It's not scalable, and they're taking real money to do this from banks, from corporate entities, while they're having the SEC, litigate Ripple, which is the only competitor to Consensus. I mean, it's ridiculous, and it's so fraudulent, it's so blatant
Who was laundering money so long ago?
Who was, you said?
Ethereum.
Oh, Vitalik Buterin?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, sort of. I mean, what basically happened was Joseph Lubin went out in front of investors at the ICO and said, there's $1,000 minimum or maximum, I'm sorry. So you can't get more than $1,000 in the wallet. And we do require an ID for each wallet, but the ID can only be an email if you want. And a whale can create hundreds of identities to buy millions of dollars of Ethereum pre-ICO in order to quote unquote disguise their transaction. And he used that exact word. So that is all on record. That's coming out in the Ripple lawsuit right now. NetBurn just released a bunch of documents between Consensus, the Ethereum Foundation, and then Hinman, who was at then the chair of the SEC. And all this is coming out. So there's a lot of incriminating stuff, coming out. And everything that Ripple has done has been transparent. That's one thing you have to give them. Every sale that their CEOs have done has been transparent. Who would you rather have as the CEO of the world's money rails? A guy like Brad Garlinghouse, clean cut, transactions public, I don't know, or Vitalik Buterin.
Yeah, who's just basically emulating his Ethereum off of regular governments and how they use their currencies. That's why there's a whole gas fee thing. Except the gas fee is astronomically more expensive than just taxes.
Right.
Gas fees, like we said in the last episode, gas fees go straight back to the Ethereum Foundation and the miners, while taxes go right back to the government.
Yeah.
It's the same concept. There's nothing different about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And The Economist, all those guys, they're talking about it just in the same way we are.
Speaking of that, The Economist, until recently, the Ethereum blockchain was the undisputed host of the DeFi ecosystem, but now it is being usurped by newer and better technology. And I wonder what technology they're talking about.
Just about all of them.
Just about all of them.
Yeah, well, less gas fees.
Way less gas fees. I mean, the liquidity right there is going to be astronomical. I mean, you're not having anything locked up. You're not having to sacrifice anything. I mean, even with these dog meme coins, I mean, they're more efficient than Ethereum.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, in terms of function, absolutely.
Exactly. And then the XR Doge, I mean, we talked about in the last episode, the XR Doge decks that the XR Doge came out with. I mean,
right.
That the XR Doge only been around for a couple months, and then all of a sudden, bam, they got their own decks.
Right, and Cardano, which is a competing chain to Ethereum, which was started by one of the guys from the Ethereum Foundation, Cardano just got its first DEX last month. This is a space that the DEXs on the XRP ledger are superior to other chains.
And that's because they're allowing the community to build off it. It's truly open source technology where developers and entrepreneurs can come in and create and thrive and prosper in the digital world of blockchain technology. Whereas Ethereum really offers you the concept, but does nothing but put roadblocks in front of you. Like,
right. If you bought it at 50 cents, you'd be a genius, guys. But that ship has sailed.
It'd all be gone by now from all the gas fees.
Oh shit! Yeah, maybe.
All right.
The kids, But speaking of big leagues, boom. Policymaker Toolkit.
Yeah, this is the World Economic Forum CBDC Policymaker Toolkit, and on page 17, when you scroll down, it says most relevant for wholesale CBDC, right? And innovations in existing legacy market infrastructures. You scroll down a little bit more, and then bam, examples: JP Morgan coin and XRP. So,
and guys, just for the record, JPM coin 30-minute transactions. So you have 30 minutes versus 3 seconds there on the same line. Who's going to win?
And that's going to wrap it up for us. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.